Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of College Hockey Talk. On today's podcast, I'm joined by freshman of the Vermont women's hockey team, Maddy Skelton. Welcome to the podcast, Maddy, and how's everything going?
Hi, thank you for having me. Everything's going really well here. Just getting excited for our playoff game tomorrow.
That's good to hear, and obviously this year has been very different compared to other seasons you have played in hockey. What are some of the challenges you have faced, and how have you tried to overcome some of those challenges?
So yeah, obviously this year has been a lot different from previous years, and I think because of COVID, I think there's a lot of like hidden kind of advantages that I've experienced. We did have our season postponed in the beginning for 2 months, and I was able actually to, like, become more acclimated with, like, our systems and the way, like, Vermont plays, so for us freshmen, it was kind of like a hidden, like, little benefit that we, were able to experience, but other than that, I think we have experienced a lot of setbacks because of COVID, which have been really difficult, like, mentally, but with our team culture, we were really able to like come together and pursue through some of these difficult times.
Yeah, and how did you try to get acclimated to the new team? Like, when did you arrive on campus, and how did the whole setup work getting back to a full team practice?
Yeah, so I arrived really early August, around like August 14th, and I completed a quarantine here on campus. And then we started practicing maybe a week after school started. And we started out in pods. So we had 3 pods. And then once we completed 2 weeks with our pods, then we moved to half of our team practicing together and then the other half practicing together. And then 2 weeks of that, and then we were able to go to a full team practice finally.
Yeah, and was there any challenges you faced not knowing half your team, and how did you try to get to know all your teammates once you guys were fully together?
Yeah, so I think it was definitely difficult, like not being fully together from the start, especially being a freshman because I wasn't able to meet everyone on the team. But we grew really close as a pod, and I was able to like hang out with them, and then I kind of like form relationships as the season just went on. And yeah, I think we've become really close as a team, and it's been really fun playing with these girls.
Now, thinking about your game so far, what would you say is the biggest improvement you've made to your game so far this year compared to last year in high school?
I think like really like implementing the systems that we have within our team and like playing defense first and then using my speed um, against like these high competitors. There's a lot of really good, talented college hockey players out there, and it's been really fun to be able to compete at a high level with them.
Yeah, what's it like playing in Hockey East? And talk about the competition you face every night because there's no night off, especially going against teams like Northeastern when you're playing Alina Mueller, Skylar Fontaine, and trying to
Hmm.
beat goalies like Aaron Frankel as well.
Yeah, they're definitely very talented players, and I think it was a very good learning experience for us as a team, and like especially me that we were able to compete at such a high level and play against players that are very skilled and that work really hard. And it really challenges us to come up with new moves and just new plays to try and beat talented goalies and talented defenders, and obviously defend talented forwards.
Yeah, and has it been weird to play this year without any fans? And has that been an adjustment for yourself? Because we talked to Cam Morrissey over before the season got started, or right when the season got started, and she said the cardboard cutouts definitely helped give you guys a feel that there are fans there, but it is a bit odd without them there as well.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. It does give us a little bit of a feel that fans are there. However, it's not the same as having your friends or parents in the stands. It kind of feels a little bit similar to like summer hockey, where it's just like you kind of show up and like it's just like pick up hockey and you play. But I think it's just so awesome to be able to play at such a high level that you're just competing out there for your teammates and you feel like you're already on a stage.
Yeah, how do you guys try to bring the energy on the bench without any crowd noise? Because I was watching one of the Vermont women's hockey highlights, and when you guys scored, your bench was going insane. It was cool to hear.
Yeah, I think it really starts with our team culture. We're all like incredibly happy for anyone on our team to, like that makes a great play, scores a goal, whatever it is. And I think it starts right there that we're all incredibly happy for them. So on the bench, we do get very excited as if we were a part of that play. And I think that really like has pushed us to work harder, and it gets us excited to be out on the ice.
Now, you've also had to adjust to many schedule changes throughout the season. How have you mentally stayed prepared for all those changes and postponements that have happened to your schedule? And what's the key for maintaining flexibility for this year? Because you guys were going to play UConn to start off the year, and then you guys immediately got the 2 month like pause. So how have you tried to handle all of that?
Yeah, I think it's really difficult when you're really looking forward to something and then there is that pause. But I think we really pulled together as a team, and we're like, we had like, hey, we wanna play and we wanna compete. So we did everything we could COVID wise and just everything wise to quarantine and isolate ourselves to be able to compete at that level. And it was very mentally draining to go through quarantines and kind of that like setbacks where you don't know if your season's going to continue or not. But we really did stick together as a team and have positive team culture that really helped us move forward and look forward to games.
Now, something else that has been new to this year's college hockey season is 3-on-3 overtime. What's that like as an offensive player, getting more space on the ice and having more chances to score goals?
Yeah, I really like the 3-on-3 play that we have for overtime. We do a lot of 3-on-3 games in our practices, which is really fun to have open ice and be creative and use your teammates in a more like spacious area. And it just gives everyone more of an opportunity to do new moves and shoot their shot.
Yeah, definitely. And does that make you more defensively sound? Because if you make one little defensive mistake, it can cause an odd man rush.
Yeah, exactly. You really have to play defensive hockey first and make sure that you have really sound defense when playing 3-on-3.
And I also love the 3-on-3, not just because it shows off the skill level of players like yourself, but it also eliminates ties. And as a fan, I absolutely hate ties. It's the worst thing when you get to watch a game and you don't know who won or lost. As a player, do you like having a result, even if it is a loss?
Yeah, I mean, I love to win, so I want to play until there's a result. So
Now, how have the upperclassmen on the team helped you freshmen transition into college hockey, especially during a year like this where there's so much uncertainty?
yeah, so the upperclassmen are very, very great people. They have been very welcoming to us underclassmen, and they're just outstanding. I couldn't talk highly of them, like even more highly of them. They were very welcoming and always encouraging us on the ice and helping us if we ever have any questions.
Now we're recording this before your first hockey's playoff game. So, how excited are you to play your first game, and what are your expectations heading into this game against Maine?
I am very excited to play our first playoff game. I think that as a team, we try to focus like 90% on us and 10% on the other opponent. And so I think I'm very focused on our game and how we're about to play. And I think like with this season being completely different and playoffs being set up different, where it's if you win, you keep going, and if you lose, you're done. I think we all like mentally are like we want to win. We're all ready to go get our first W in playoffs.
Yeah, with the single elimination format, does that give you any urgency to do things that you would normally not do during a regular series playoff?
I think that we're very like defense first, defense oriented team with also a lot of skill level on our forward end, and we can dictate the pace a lot. So I think we're more focused on what we can do in our game and play how we play rather than straying and trying new things.
Now, you guys are coming off a tough sweep against Northeastern. What did you take away from that series, and how do you think that result will help you guys for the playoffs this upcoming or tomorrow, actually?
So yeah, that was a really tough series to lose. I think that it was very good for us to play at that like such a high level. It was a really good experience because we parts of the game we were able to dictate the pace, and I think that like taught us that hey, we're a really talented team. We can dictate the pace against really talented players and really talented teams. And so I think that was a good learning experience for us to take into playoffs. That we are a really good team and we can play at that high level.
Now, there were some positive things that your team accomplished this year. One of those things was beating Boston University on the road. What was it like beating that team, and what do you remember from that game?
Yeah, that was a very exciting game to win. I remember my line mates and we had a lot of good plays, as well as my other teammates. And so it was really fun. We had a lot of bench energy and we had a really high compete level. So it was a really fun game to play.
Yeah, and how important are those road wins this year?
Yeah, I think they are really important. It really propels you because you're out on the road to win in someone else's home rink. It's very exciting.
Now, you also swept UConn this year as well. Talk about that series and how important was that sweep for your team? Because after that sweep, it gave you guys a lot of positive momentum heading into the rest of the regular season.
Yeah, it really did give us a lot of positive momentum. They're a very talented team that previously our team has not swept before. So I think that really propelled us into our next games and realized that we are a very talented team and we work really hard and we're able to come back from behind and finish a game.
Now, transitioning from the regular season to before the regular season, how'd you go about preparing for this season, and what was your quarantine like?
So how I went about was I did a lot of like individual workouts and quarantining was really it was tough, but I think for me, I had something to look forward to and something that I knew I really wanted, a goal of mine. So I think it was very easy to get through something when you have something to look forward to.
Now, how was your graduation overall? And I'm assuming you didn't get like a full ceremony like most people didn't, but did you get like any kind of drive-through ceremony, I guess?
So yeah, graduation was really different, but we got like a walk-through graduation. So you like walk through, get your diploma, and then you just like walk out, get back in your car, and you had to leave.
Oh, at least you did something. That's good, though.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about the beginning of your hockey career. You're from Insanti, Minnesota. What's it like growing up in Minnesota, and how did you start playing hockey?
Yeah, so it's really fun growing up in Minnesota, the state of hockey. My brother played hockey, and when I was younger, I just hated sitting in the rink and not doing anything. So I told my dad, I was like, I need to start playing. Like, I'm not going to sit here anymore. So yeah, he got me started in hockey. And just from the first time I skated, I just fell in love with it.
Did you have a favorite player growing up?
Um, Favorite player growing up. I really look up to Kendall Coyne and her speed and like how she can put the puck away.
Now, you played for your high school in North Wright County. Talk about that experience and what did it mean to you?
Yeah, it was really fun to play for North Wright County. I played with a lot of really talented girls who are now playing college hockey or will be playing college hockey. And it's just really fun to play in high school hockey against really talented teams. Like we were in the toughest conference. We played a lot of tough teams, and it was a really great learning experience for us.
Yeah, and how did playing for that high school help prepare you for college hockey?
So playing against teams like Edina and Wyzetta and Minnetonka, really like highly competitive teams, it really helped me like raise my compete level and be able to play fast-paced hockey.
Now, I'm not from Minnesota, so what's the Minnesota high school hockey scene like, and what's it like being a player in that atmosphere? Because being from the East Coast, it's kind of I don't kind of get it. Looking at the YouTube clips and seeing how crazy you guys are for high school hockey.
Yeah, I always try to explain it to people here and there. They don't really quite understand, but it's really honoring to play for your high school and to compete at for a state that just loves hockey. Everyone there, it's hockey driven, and it's really fun to go watch the state tournament. I can't imagine people being in the state tournament how fun it is, but it's just really highly competitive hockey.
Now, what was the best memory you had at North Wright County?
Best memory, I would just say like being with the team and meeting all those girls. I think that really was a fun memory for me and having lifelong friends.
Now, you got to play with Mackenzie Bougerie, who's now at St. Cloud State doing amazing. What was it like to be her teammate, and what was she like both on and off the ice? Because we had her on the podcast previously.
Yeah, she's a great person. She's one of my closest friends. She's a really hard worker on the ice, can shoot she can really shoot the puck. Um, yeah, she has really good speed, good ice awareness. I loved playing with her. I look forward to when I go home and I can play with her again.
Definitely. Now, what was your recruitment process like, and why did you choose to go to Vermont?
My recruitment process started very early. I think I was a freshman in high school, and I toured multiple schools. But when entering like UVM campus, I just fell in love. I love the location of the campus and the size, and I also like really connected with the coaching staff. I have to give a shout out to Jessica Kazumi because she is a great leader and mentor of mine.
Yeah, and how have you tried to balance both academics and hockey in college, and what's the secret to it?
Yeah, it's very difficult to balance hockey and school, but you really have to be on top of your schoolwork as much as you are dedicated to hockey. And with COVID right now, there's not really a lot of social interaction you can have anyways, so you're mostly stuck in your dorm and doing schoolwork.
Yeah, and has online classes been an adjustment for you, and how have you tried to handle that? Because I know for myself, being a freshman as well, it's not the same as in-person classes because you're not getting that face-to-face interaction, which I think enhances the learning experience. How have you tried to adjust to that, and what's your online class experience been like so far?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm the type of person that I really like to learn in a classroom and I like to be in person and be engaged. So it has been difficult trying to like be in your dorm and doing school because it's hard to like for me to be motivated like when I'm sitting at my desk in my dorm all day, like somewhere where I am all day. But I think I really like just like strive to like focus hard on schoolwork and like be present in classes, especially if they're on Zoom, because it can get easy to get distracted. But
Now, the one thing I don't like about Zoom learning, I don't know if you've experienced this before, is the Zoom breakout rooms. Those are the worst, especially when no one talks. How have you tried to adjust to that? Because I've had a lot of complaints about that myself and from other people as well.
yeah, I think the Zoom breakout rooms, I know from a teaching standpoint, they're just trying to get us to interact with our classmates and um, form some relationships somehow. But sometimes it is a little bit difficult because people don't turn on their cameras or they don't talk. So I try to like interact and talk as much as I can and ask people questions, even though sometimes they're not really up for it.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Now, since besides academics, how's the campus at Vermont? What do you like to do when you're not doing school or hockey? Like, what's the big thing up there? I've never been to Vermont's campus.
Yeah, so Vermont is very beautiful. There's a lot of mountains. As of right now, because of COVID, there's not many like interactions you can do, but like you can go down to Burlington and it's very beautiful and there's a lot of like little stores you can go shopping at. And then there's the waterfront. It's super gorgeous. I If you ever have the chance to come out here, I would highly recommend it.
No, I would love to come down there next year when they allow fans, and it'll be a cool game day experience. That will be cool for myself, but hopefully I can
Hmm.
share that experience with other people that listen to our podcast and watch our videos. Now, what's the coaching staff like at Vermont? I know you alluded to one of your assistant coaches, but what's it like to play under Coach Plummer, and how's he helped your hockey development so far this year?
Yeah, I think he's a very motivated man and very dedicated. And it's been really fun to play under all the coaching staff. They really, really care about their players and want their players to excel. So it's been fun to get to learn different coaching styles and adjust to different things that they want from you.
Now, I gotta ask you, what's it like to play with some of your teammates? The first teammate is Val Caldwell. She's obviously a great senior and a goal scorer as well. What's it like to be your teammate both on and off the ice, and how has she helped your goal scoring abilities as well?
Yeah, Val is a great person. She is one of the funniest people I've ever met, and she is a great goal scorer, and it has helped me like she sees the net really well and she can shoot the puck really well. So it's kind of helped me watching her how she can shoot the puck in the spots that she chooses to shoot at. So I've kind of watched her and used some of her shooting tactics myself.
Yeah, and what's it like to play with Christina Shanahan? She's obviously done a great job being your captain this year. What's she like as a teammate, both on and off the ice as well?
Tina is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. She is super kind and she is a great hockey player as well. She has some really silky hands that I aspire to have. So yeah, she's been a great teammate and great leader for us.
Now, the last teammate I want to ask you about is what's it like to play with Elise Murphy? She's done a great job for your team as well, and what's she like as a leader as well?
Yeah, she's also a really funny character that we have on our team and a very talented hockey player. And it's been really fun to play alongside of her. She sees the ice really well as a defender and is she's a very, very strong asset on our team.
We're now in the non-hockey segment of the podcast where I ask you some non-hockey questions. My first question to you is, what music do you like to listen to before a game?
Music. See, I'm not very much of a big music person. I kind of just listen to like what our team has on. It's mostly like just like rap or some sort of pop music.
Nice. If you could have lunch with anyone in the world, who would it be and why?
I would probably have to say my parents right now, just because I haven't seen them in a very long time and I really miss them. So,
Now, what is your biggest pet peeve?
my biggest pet peeve. I think it would probably have to be when people chew with their mouth open. It gets on my nerves.
Yeah, no, something that gets on my nerves is bad drivers, one, but also when people don't cover their mouths when they cough or sneeze, especially during
Yeah.
COVID. It's like, how do you not know that? So that's something that bothers me.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Now, if there was going to be a movie made on your life, who would you want to play yourself?
Oh, I would probably do it. I mean, I want to be famous.
Good answer. So now the next part of the non-hockey segment is asking about some of your teammates. Who's the funniest teammate? I know you said there's a lot of characters on your team, but who's the funniest in your opinion?
I would have to say Val. She is a character. She has a lot of funny jokes.
Now, who has the best style on the team besides yourself?
Yeah, besides me. Um, I would have to say Teresa Shafzal just because she has some sick snipes. So whatever she does, it's just cool.
Now, back to some hockey questions now. My first one is, what advice would you give a younger player trying to pursue a D1 college hockey career?
Yeah, I would just have to say like always keep your mind open and always work really hard. Like no matter where you are, who's watching, what's going on, always give it your all. Um, put the puck in the net and just work hard.
Now, what should be done to help grow women's hockey in your opinion, since you've been involved with the game throughout your entire life?
I think that we are doing a really good job growing women's hockey, and there's a lot of people that are out there advocating for women's hockey. I think that just more people with like more power should like just really support us and grow our game.
Now, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give to your family members or teammates?
I would like to give a shout out to my roommate, Bella Parento. She's a great person, great teammate, great roommate, and has been an amazing asset on our team. And yeah, she's really made me love UVM.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Maddie. I wish you all the best for the playoffs. Good luck, and I can't wait to watch.